For nearly 2 decades, one man stood at the very top of world football. Lionel Messi inspired millions, broke countless records, and completed a career that many believed could never be matched. From the streets of Rosario to lifting football's greatest trophies, he became the symbol of an unforgettable generation. But football has one rule that no legend can escape. Every era eventually gives way to another. As the FIFA World Cup reached its dramatic conclusion, a new name captured the attention of the entire planet. Calm under pressure, fearless with the ball, and playing with confidence far beyond his years, Lamine Yamal had become the biggest story of the tournament. Now, destiny had created the perfect final. On one side stood Lionel Messi, chasing one more unforgettable chapter in an already legendary career. On the other stood Lamine Yamal, carrying the hopes of Spain and the dreams of a new generation ready to make history. The entire football world asked the same question. Would experience write one final masterpiece? Or was football about to witness the birth of its next global superstar? Nobody knew the answer. But by the time the final whistle echoed around the stadium, millions of fans would realize they had witnessed one of the most unforgettable nights in football history. If you're a Lamine Yamal fan, don't forget to subscribe. The road to the FIFA World Cup final was anything but ordinary. Spain entered the tournament with one of the youngest squads in the competition. Critics questioned whether such a young team could handle the pressure of football's biggest stage. Every knockout match brought tougher opponents, louder crowds, and greater expectations. Yet Spain continued to surprise the world. Their quick passing, fearless attacking style, relentless pressing, and complete trust in one another turned them into one of the tournament's most exciting teams. At the center of that incredible journey was Lamine Yamal. Despite his age, he played with remarkable maturity. Every dribble, every intelligent pass, and every decisive moment showed the confidence of a player who never seemed afraid of the occasion. As Spain moved closer to the final, millions of fans began believing they were watching the arrival of football's next great superstar. Meanwhile, Argentina followed a different path. Built on experience, discipline, and years of playing together, they overcame every challenge with the composure of true champions. Whenever the pressure reached its highest point, Lionel Messi remained calm, leading his teammates with the intelligence and vision that had defined his legendary career. With every victory, anticipation continued to grow. Football fans across the world debated one question more than any other. Could the greatest player of one generation stop the rise of football's brightest new star? Or had the future already arrived? The excitement reached another level as the FIFA World Cup final drew closer. Around the world, millions of supporters counted down the hours. Stadiums, homes, cafes, and fan zones were filled with nervous excitement. Every football fan understood that this was more than just another final, it was a night that could define an entire generation. For Spain, the match represented a chance to return to the top of world football. Years of rebuilding had led them to this moment, and their young squad believed they were ready to make history. For Argentina, it was another opportunity to prove why champions never stop fighting. Led by Lionel Messi, they carried the experience, confidence, and pride of a team that had already achieved greatness. When the players finally walked onto the pitch, the atmosphere was unforgettable. The stadium lights illuminated the field, fireworks lit up the night sky, and the roar of thousands of supporters echoed across the arena. Every face reflected the same emotion, hope. As the referee blew the opening whistle, both teams started with incredible intensity. Argentina controlled possession early, patiently moving the ball while Messi searched for space between Spain's defensive lines. Every touch from the legendary captain drew cheers from the crowd, reminding everyone why he had inspired football fans for so many years. Spain responded with fearless energy. Their midfield pressed aggressively, their defenders stayed composed, and their attackers moved with breathtaking speed. Lamine Yamal looked completely unfazed by the pressure, demanding the ball and attacking every opportunity with confidence beyond his years. The first half became a tactical battle. Argentina created dangerous chances through Messi's creativity, while Spain relied on quick transitions and explosive counterattacks. Both goalkeepers produced spectacular saves, keeping the score level as the tension inside the stadium continued to rise. Every challenge mattered. Every pass carried enormous pressure. Every attack brought millions of fans to the edge of their seats. It felt less like a football match and more like history unfolding in real time. Neither side was willing to make the first mistake. Everyone knew one single moment of brilliance could decide the biggest prize in world football. The second half began with even greater intensity. Both teams understood there would be no second chances. Every tackle became stronger, every pass more important, and every decision carried the weight of an entire nation. Argentina pushed forward, searching for the breakthrough. Messi controlled the tempo, drifting into dangerous spaces and creating opportunities with the vision that had defined his legendary career. Time after time, Spain's defense stood firm, blocking shots and refusing to give their opponents a clear opening. Then came the moment the football world would remember forever. Spain recovered possession deep inside their own half and launched a lightning-fast counter-attack. The ball moved quickly through midfield before finding Lamine Yamal in space. The teenager accelerated with breathtaking pace. One defender tried to stop him. Then another. Neither could keep up. As Yamal entered the penalty area, the entire stadium rose to its feet. For a split second, everything seemed to stand still. With remarkable composure, he looked up, picked his spot, and struck the ball with complete confidence. The net rippled. Spain had scored. The stadium exploded with emotion. Teammates sprinted toward Yamal as fans celebrated one of the biggest moments in Spanish football history. Around the world, millions watched in disbelief as the young star delivered on the grandest stage of all. But Argentina refused to surrender. Inspired by Messi, they launched wave after wave of attacks. Every Spanish clearance was met by another Argentine assault. Every minute felt longer than the last as tension filled every corner of the stadium. Then came the final whistle. Spain were FIFA World Cup champions. Lamine Yamal fell to his knees, overwhelmed by emotion as his teammates surrounded him in celebration. Across the pitch, Lionel Messi accepted defeat with the grace and dignity that had defined his remarkable career. It was the end of one unforgettable chapter and the beginning of another. Football had once again reminded the world that legends inspire the future, and the future eventually creates new legends. If you're a true Lamine Yamal fan, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and tell us in the comments, is this the beginning of football's next great era? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next football documentary.